On this Maundy Thursday, we reflect on the words of St. John as he tells us the account of Jesus washing the feet of his disciples. I've read and reread this passage many, many times. Some of you will recall that it was the Gospel reading that I chose for my ordination 2 years ago. It comes at the very beginning of John's account of Jesus' teaching at the Last Supper. John begins the passage telling us that the hour had come for Jesus to pass from this world to the Father. And so begins his act of perfect love, not just washing the feet of his disciples, but all the events between now and Sunday. Jesus' expression of his perfect love for us and the whole world. And he begins in a most unexpected way, stripping to his undergarments and adopting the humblest of roles, that of a servant. He washes his disciples' feet. And Jesus asks, "Do you understand what I have done to you?" Surely this is the question that we should ask whenever we consider what God has done, whether in Scripture or indeed in those many ways God acts in our own lives. Do you understand what I have done to you? Do you understand what we are being told, what we are being shown in this passage tonight? There is something curious going on here. We're all very familiar with the Last Supper. Most of us could recite the description that we hear in Paul's letter to the Corinthians of what happened on the night of the Last Supper, when Jesus shared the bread and the wine with his disciples. Yet, despite the account of the Last Supper, what Jesus did and what he said, taking up a quarter of John's Gospel, we have no account of Jesus sharing bread and wine with his disciples in John's Gospel. So what is going on? How can it be that on this night, when we recall the institution of the Eucharist, when we remember how this sacred supper, an event that is new for all eternity, this new banquet of God's love, that we do not have a gospel account of what we know from Paul are the key events? What is John saying to us? What is Jesus saying to us? Do we understand? In chapter 3, we have the account of Moses' great theophany, when he experiences the presence of God made manifest in the burning bush. God asks Moses to instruct Pharaoh to let the people of Israel to go free. And Moses, in a moment of audacity, asks God to reveal his name. And God gives the curious reply, often translated, "I am who I am." The God who is, the God who imbues the whole of creation with his presence, a presence that is real and actual. This formed the foundation of the faith of the people of Israel, as this ever-present God made an eternal covenant with his people. This presence was made tangible for the people through the Ark of the Covenant. Throughout their 40 years in the wilderness, every evening, before setting camp for the night, the people set the Ark at the very centre of the camp, a concrete reminder to the people of the God who is present with them on every step of their journey. John uses this theme in the first chapter of his Gospel, the prologue, when he declares, "The Word became flesh and dwelt among us," or more literally translated, pitched his tent among us. For the first followers of Jesus, they knew exactly what John was saying. The real presence of God with his people was no longer the ark housed in the temporary structure of a tent, but instead was truly, fully present now and forever in the incarnate Word, made flesh, God made man, in the person of Jesus himself, who lived among us. Indeed, Jesus himself reveals this again and again through John's Gospel. Again, Jesus' first disciples would have immediately recognised the link to the account of the burning bush when Jesus confirms, "I am the bread of life. I am the light of the world. I am the door to the sheepfold. I am the resurrection and the life. I am the good shepherd. I am the way, the truth and the life. I am the true vine." As Jesus goes on to say at his trial, "I have spoken openly for all the world to hear." Far from making who he was a secret, Jesus reveals it for all who hear. The voice in the burning bush and the person of Jesus are one. I love worshipping in this beautiful place. It's a place of luminous beauty, a place of noble simplicity, a place both of sacred silence and of voices raised in praise of God. It's a joy, albeit one that none of us can experience at the moment, to sit here before the Blessed Sacrament in this chapel, and in a moment of quiet to listen for the still small voice of God, the inspiration of the Holy Spirit, and to bow down before Jesus, our Master and our Lord. Jesus confirms that this is good. He says, "You call me Master and Lord, and rightly so. I am." But, and we must always listen for the ifs and the buts in Scripture, particularly when they come from the voice of Jesus. So, he goes on. If our Master and our Lord empties himself, humbles himself, and takes the role of a servant to wash his disciples' feet, we must do the same. We must wash each other's feet. Tonight, we remember how our Master and our Lord instituted the Eucharist. A Eucharist we have shared so often together in this sacred place. A Eucharist that has fed us and drawn us ever closer to become the body of Christ. A Eucharist that continues to be celebrated here and across the world as we recognise the real presence of God in our world, in our church, within this, our community, within the Blessed Sacrament, and in the hearts of each and every one of us. As we reflect on what this real presence means for us, we remember Jesus' command, "I have given you an example. Now you must do what I have done." Let us truly take our Lord's words to our hearts and truly understand what he has done, as we, in those countless acts of love to our family, to our friends, to our community, and to our world, bring the reality of the presence of Christ, the Word made flesh, to all we meet, as we follow his example and wash each other's feet.